Hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-October right through to mid-November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know regarding their career situation right now? Can you please show them the way regarding their finances as well? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Now, the first card there is the Spaceman. Okay, so that can indicate your protagonist energy as wanting to explore things outside your usual circumstances. So some of you may feel like you've hit a certain plateau or you've established yourself at something and you want to see what else is achievable. This is a period of maybe taking some sort of calculated risk in your career sector. I definitely see that you are elevating, you're moving on up in some way, but also I feel some of you taking a bit of a bird's eye view on something that you're doing already, just to see if your plans are coming together. I definitely see that you're protected in your endeavors. You have the umbrella on that card, so I will show you each card individually in a moment. And I do see that you're building something really strong in your career. I see things coming together, the building blocks of something that is going to be very, very successful. But I also see that some of you are following your heart. You're carefully looking at your plan just to see if you have everything in order. And I also feel there is an energy of you doing something that you haven't done before. Okay, I feel like you're going above and beyond in some way. And I feel there is an energy of wanting a little bit more spontaneity. I feel you're actually attracting a lot of opportunities right now, but I also see that some of you feel that you have unfulfilled potential. You haven't quite reached where you want to be. I feel like you're in the sort of motion of moving towards something that you really desire, and I feel like you shall have it. Whatever that target is, you're going to reach it. I feel like you're investing a lot of time, energy, but also a lot of you have been feeling a little bit like out of the loop, as it were, really exhausted, running on empty almost. And I feel like there's a lot of ambition around you right now, more energy, more drive. 10 of Swords, okay, we've got the 6 of Cups. I also, I'm being given something very precise because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. And I'm also clairaudient, clairsentient, all of the things. And I'm being given the sense of revival salts. Do you know what I mean? How do I put that? Smelling salts type thing. So I feel some of you, you're going to revive a part of your career or revitalize your spirits for something that maybe you used to do. Some of you may even revamp what you do already by utilizing like new computer programs or software or apps or maybe just new tools, new kit in some way to help you. But ultimately, I feel loving this. There is a wonderful surprise opportunity coming your way. Okay. I'm also seeing for some of you in your career, whether you work for a company, whether you're an entrepreneur, I see like an industry flirtation as well. Okay. So if you're looking for love, there's an opportunity there. But if you're not, I feel someone is flirting with you, and I feel there's an energy of it's, you know, it's nice, but it's not necessary. So just watch out there. Maybe someone who kind of like crosses a divide professionally, okay? But I feel with that stable energy as your overarching energy, if you're not looking for love, I feel like you diplomatically put this person in their place and just show them that it's business, not pleasure that you're looking for, okay? Now, looking at your overarching energy, I see that you are under a lot of pressure. I feel like you are basically trying to blend all your skill sets to really make something work. And I feel this energy of you completing tasks and not stopping until you're done. Okay, I mean, you've got these two cards. The Chariot card, which means there's progress moving forward. You are so ready for the next 6 weeks. I feel like you're going to be very busy. And the Ten of Swords, there may be a lot of tasks and responsibilities that are difficult. And I feel like, you know, there's a struggle sometimes, but ultimately you're not stopping until it's done. So I definitely see you're going to be very productive, very passionate about what you do. But let's start with your first card, because that is the Spaceman. Of course, this is adventure. And it's a card that indicates that you're in a very explorative phase right now, seeing what works in your industry, what doesn't work. So you could work for a company or be an entrepreneur, and I feel like you're trying new ideas, things that you've never done before, you know, bold and daring kind of energy. You may be even changing or tweaking the way that you work in some way to embrace a new practice. Perhaps some of you have just learned some new information or new ways or strategies of working, and you're implementing them right now. For some of you, you could have just completed a course of learning, for example, that's opened a whole door to new potential and opportunities for you. Whatever it is, I feel this is a very strong time for you to basically move into some sort of new pay grade. I actually see that there is something being offered to you. So for a lot of you, there could be some sort of meeting going on at the end of October into November. This could be like a meeting with a business manager, or could be a meeting with your financial advisor, or someone who can help with pension plans, 401ks, or a pension strategy. For some of you, it could also be a meeting with your boss if you work for a company, and you will be told that there is an opportunity that's being lined up for you right now, and you may be very excited about this because it is the Knight of Cups. This is basically your vision of the next steps in your career becoming a reality. If you're an entrepreneur, this is like a business partnership or a branding partnership, something that you're going to love. It could be also a new client coming in that is very lucky for you, okay? It brings in new fortune, because your last card there is fortune. It is the Wheel of Fortune, so that means divinely guided opportunities, doors opening for you, and you experiencing more fortune than you've had before, okay? Now, that Chariot card, it indicates that you are basically channeling a lot of your energy. I feel like you have lots of ideas all over the place. And some of you have ideas that you have that you think, wow, that's a great idea. And then you don't write it down. And then you think, you know what, I'll remember that though, because it was such a great idea. And then a couple of months later, you're like, what was that idea again? I feel all the ideas that you have in the next 6 weeks, write them down, okay? And I also see some of you remembering an idea that you had that you kind of thought you forgot. I know it's such a strange thing to say, but I feel like you're going to remember the details of it, and I feel like you're going to revisit it and revitalize it. There's definitely a return to something here in your energetic field, and it actually opens new doors and magnetizes loads more opportunities towards you, okay? Now, the Chariot card also indicates you're going to be very busy, very fast-paced month that you're going to be experiencing. So I definitely see that you're going to be super organized. I see you spinning plates, doing lots of multitasking, and I feel with the Chariot card, it's also about channeling your energy into prioritizing what's important. So that's why I feel like you're going to be super organized. And I also see, because this is a card of success, of triumph, some of you have just experienced a victory or a win. Now, this could be a personal victory or win, doesn't have to be connected to career or money, but I feel it gives you a little bit more confidence, whatever this is. The Chariot card indicates you're going to be very disciplined in the next 6 weeks, and you're headed towards success. This is your commitment, your drive, and your energy bringing you towards triumph and victory, okay? Now, this card can also indicate that you're keeping a tight rein on your finances this month. You're making sure you have a budget. With the Ten of Swords, some of you may have felt that you spent a little bit too much last month, even though they were things that you wanted. I feel like you are going to find better discounts and deals over the next 6 weeks. So I don't see you going without, but what I do see is you utilizing your resources in a much more efficient way. Now, also, the Chariot card is an indication that you are very goal-oriented. You're very locked on to a sort of something that you're dedicated to. And I feel like in the next 6 weeks, you're going to see that progress start to flourish, okay? A lot of you may feel that you've been working really hard. You feel you don't have the resources available. So some of you may have noticed there's been a bit of a break in the chain in some way. And what I mean by that is maybe tools that you need for your job perhaps have been delayed in shipping, or you may have noticed that there's been, an absence of a product that you want. Maybe it's been out of stock, but that will change as you move into November. I feel everything becomes available in a much more efficient way for you. And I would say, because you are expecting quite a busy period, if there's anything that you're low on right now, like ink for the computer, for the printer rather, or perhaps, paper, I would say get it in now, get it shipped now, because I am seeing towards the end of October, but as soon as end of October into November comes, it all straightens out. But up until then, I do see delays in products being shipped. Okay, probably because there's a few things going on right now regarding like people striking and things like that. So I feel it will iron itself out. But right now, I feel if there's anything, especially if you're an entrepreneur, I would get it in now, because there is the potential that it could be out of stock because shipping is not moving right now. So that's coming through there as well. Now, on a personal level, this Chariot card energy indicates you're going to have the motivation and drive to move towards something. I feel like you're going to be very busy. You're locked onto something and you are not stopping until it's done. I feel a lot of you are completing tasks that you already have in motion, and some of you are revisiting things that you haven't gotten around to do, like that you put on the sidelines to do a little bit later. So I feel you end the 6 weeks being really proud of yourself that you got a lot done, and that you even did the stuff that you put like on the back burner. So if you've been meaning to sort through that file or declutter your desk, or perhaps some of you have like receipts or filing that you haven't gotten around to, I definitely see that you're going to be doing that over the next coming weeks and months. Now, of course, if some of you have come to this reading and you're currently looking for a job because something came to an end, whether you were made redundant or you lost your job or walked away from something that perhaps was toxic, I definitely see here that there are 2 new opportunities coming your way, okay? And one of them is definitely divinely guided. There's more status, there's more money attached to it. It may have been a long time that you've waited for this opportunity, but it is here. And it almost feels like, well, what I'm being given, it may not be that you're returning to an industry. It may feel like the environment is so fun or enjoyable that it reminds you of a time when, like the good old days. That's what I'm being given. It's like you return to the good old days when it comes to a job. So if you feel like the industry that you work in, or if you're looking for a job right now and you feel that things have been really tough, the next role that you take on, you have this family feel about it. People just get on really well with each other, and it just feels like you're returning to better times, okay? So I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's coming through there as well. Now, I definitely see that you'll be in that new position if you're looking for a new role by the end of November, okay? I feel this is something that is completed, it's done, it's yours by the end of November. So I'm not sure when you start, though, because for some of you, there may be a bit of a delayed start on that, but you've secured something by the end of November, that's for sure. And some of you may be contemplating giving in your notice. And I'm getting an energy, and I'll keep it to myself if you will, but I'm getting an energy here that some of you are waiting for like bonus time, and then you're putting in your notice in order to move off to another role, okay? I see some of you putting your resume out there, and you're just biding your time, waiting to see if there's any bonus energy. Now, I would say there's definitely some sort of bonus coming your way, because I do see that people love what you do. But if you're putting your resume out there, again, I see 2 new opportunities swirling around you, and they are dream jobs. Okay, so I feel there's this energy of you leaving something that you feel is so difficult. You may feel that people don't support you, or they don't have your back. You may have even felt, some of you may have even felt that someone in a position of authority at your current working environment has kind of betrayed you, okay? Or maybe there's been a confidentiality breach there, or you just feel like you have to leave because you don't trust the people that you work with. This could also be if you're an entrepreneur, you don't trust people in your industry. It can be that you've had a difficult experience that you're moving on from, and you're going to thrive and be very successful despite the circumstances, okay? Let me pull a card on that Ten of Swords, because it doesn't always have to be like an ending of something. It can also signal like an end of an old way of doing something, or an end of an old way of thinking, having more confidence in yourself, learning a lesson in your industry and implementing it, or gaining new knowledge that now kind of like helps you have some sort of new start, okay? Now, of course, the Ten of Swords can also indicate wherever you're at in your career, especially if you feel like you've hit a plateau. It's almost like you've come as far as you can with the role or the project or the client, and you feel it's time to let go of this and seek new horizons. So please apply it to your situation. I'm just going to go and clarify this. We've got the Moon card, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we got the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been working really hard, okay? Eight of Pentacles, you're very super focused. I feel like you're keeping your head down. There's also an energy with this, and it's very strong. It's like, do not dismiss the fact that you are in a repetitive cycle or habit, okay? Because the more you do something in a repetitive way, it means you're a pro at what you do, okay? And there's more money here for you. I'm actually seeing some sort of promotion or some sort of new opportunity that's not seen to you right now. I feel it's hidden. It's almost like the universe is hiding it from you until the moment is right to reveal it. And that's like in the next 6 weeks. So something's in the mix for you right now, something that you will celebrate. And I feel like you've worked hard for this. Knight of Pentacles is always someone who works really hard for their money, but now you're going to see a payoff for your dedication, okay? I also get this energy that you're going to be very effective, very efficient with your time. You're not wasting time. So if, you know, the Ten of Swords, it can indicate that you're not procrastinating. You're being really careful about what you absorb in your mind, what you tell yourself, and what you focus on, because swords are all about the mind. And I would say Ten of Swords is like, do not take too much on, because you will burn yourself out. And a lot of you are already close to burnout, okay? You're running at capacity right now, but somehow you're still finding the energy to be passionate about something new in your industry, okay? As you can see there, because we've got the Chariot card and the Moon card, a lot of you are thinking of diversifying or thinking about second streams of income. This is a card that can highlight something that you are dedicated to. The dog is always about dedication, something that you feel is long-term and secure, that you feel comfortable doing. And of course, the wolf represents independent energy, launching a business or a sideline, something that is freelance. Some of you may be picking up a seasonal role in the next coming weeks, which will bring in more money for you. Some of you may also be thinking about working from home, or doing a job that brings in more money, but it could be a sideline, something that you're creatively doing that is aside from what you are doing long term. So I see second streams of income here for a lot of you, but again, don't spread yourself too thin, otherwise you're going to burn yourself out. Make sure that you get some good quality time for rest. Now, we do have the Magnetism card. It's in the resistance position at first, which can tell me that a lot of you feel a little bit unfulfilled in your circumstances. You're working really hard, close to burnout, and you feel, is the money right? If it's not, I definitely see a readdress of the balance, you finding alternative opportunities elsewhere. But with this card, it means that you are currently magnetizing opportunities towards you, because anything in the resistance position, it turns into the upright by the end of the 6 weeks. So I would say thoughts become things, a highly creative and productive time for you. And I feel like you're putting the effort in to change your circumstances. Now, of course, this is the attraction card. So whatever it is that you want, you're attracting it at this time. And I'm really excited to see the Lovers card there and the Wheel of Fortune, because there is a destined opportunity for you to join an industry or a network or a platform or a person or a company. Please apply it to your situation, which is going to be very lucrative and lucky for you. Okay, this card, it's number 37. When you reduce it, of course, it's 10. So a 10 is an ending, but also remember, a 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So when one door closes, another opens, and I feel very excited for you. These next 6 weeks are very potent energy weeks for you to accomplish something that you've been working hard to accomplish, but also to attract a new opportunity or a new door to open for you, so that you can, like, I mean, the Knight of Cups is to revive your spirits on something as well. So maybe that smelling salts energy wasn't too far off the mark. I mean, some of you, it could be that you're literally smelling salts. Okay, so please take it as it resonates. But I'm getting this strong smelling salts kind of energy through your reading. So you're revamping or returning to something, and it's going to be quite exciting as well. Now, I definitely see something being offered to a lot of you. So this could be a financial offer of a promotion, a raise, or some sort of incentive. A lot of you, if you're working for a company, it could also be some sort of responsibility role where you actually train to be either like a fire warden or a first aider. That's coming up there as well. There's an incentive there. I feel you'll get some more money for that as that role of responsibility. Okay, and I mean, this card, it literally means that you are knowing your values and your needs, and you're just assessing right now if your needs are being met in your circumstances, and you're looking at what you truly attract at this time. Okay, when you get to the Temperance card and the Six of Cups in this position with this card, it can indicate in your career right now, you're experiencing some people who have unrealistic expectations, who are being a little bit immature. These could be clients, these could be people that you work with. Could also indicate that you feel a little bit like out of control right now because there's so much work. You may feel there's more and more being demanded of you, but there's no financial reward or resource going on there, and you're just currently assessing whether you can get a better deal elsewhere. A lot of you are going to get that better deal elsewhere where you feel more fulfilled and there's more money in your bank as well there. Now, of course, this card is a card that indicates that, you know, you are in a state of attraction and you don't run with the herd. So I really get a sense here that you're noticing what you're really good at and what you're really gifted and talented at. This is the equivalent of the Magician card, which tells me that you are naturally talented, and anything that you turn your hand to, you're really good at it. And if you don't know something, you're the sort of person to explore it, to learn it, and you're a quick learner. So I really get an energy here right now that you're dreaming of something else. Wherever you're at right now, you're dreaming of the next step, or you're taking a new role on. Could be in a position where you're at right now that you're offered a promotion. So you're in the same company, however, you're actually moving into a different position. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, this could be that you've reached a certain plateau in your career and you want to try new things. You want to see what else works. If you can diversify on what you've got going on already. And I see a lot of you returning to something that you used to do, that you used to love, that you are very talented and gifted at. And I feel like you may incorporate it in some way or actually utilize it as a skill set, maybe as a second stream of income there as well. Now we do have the Temperance card. Initially it's in the Resistance position, and this can indicate that a lot of you are feeling there's a lot of competitive people, a lot of frustrating things going on in your career right now, and you're trying to find the balance. But also this card in this position is telling me that some of you are taking on too much, or you've been thrust into a position where too much has been put on your plate and you are at capacity. So I feel having an important meeting with a manager, if you work for a company, or, you know, if you are an entrepreneur, it can be that it's time to prioritize this month and channel your energy into what is important. I do see you coming back around to things that you've been meaning to get doing, but that may be a little bit more at the end of the month there for you rather than the beginning. Now we've also got the Six of Cups initially in the Resistance position there. This card can indicate in this position that, you know, things seem to be easier years ago. It just feels like the working environment was a different place years ago than what it is now. And it just feels like people have either lost their sense of fun, everyone's very serious. There's an energy of that going on in some people's careers, not everybody's, of course, but I really get this sense that something has changed. And I feel you're about to move into a new stage where people are starting to pull together and want to help each other and be a team again. And, you know, so for some of you, I see there could be like more like work events in the next coming weeks and months. I feel there could be seasonal ones, of course, but also I feel this is about people saying, hey, you know what, that project was really hard. Let's go and celebrate our hard work. People really kind of bonding together, because I feel all of you are kind of feeling the same right now. I feel this is energy of wanting camaraderie, or people to acknowledge that, you know, we're in a situation where there's a lot of pressure right now and we need to blow off steam. So for some of you, if you just complete a project, for example, there could be some sort of work drinks going on. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be you finding people in your company and going out and having like a big sort of celebration. Or it could be that you network with people in the same industry and you all realize that you're going through a very similar thing, and you may kind of like try to help each other in some way, share a resource or like some sort of information in order to help each other thrive, because it feels very difficult right now economically for everybody, and every industry is seeing some cutbacks. You know, this energy that I've got coming here with the Temperance card, there's a lot of changes, a lot of chaotic energy going on, and I feel that everyone's kind of just noticing things as they are and feeling a little bit of pressure. So I feel there's this bonding together. Things are going to get better, okay? And I definitely see here for a lot of you that you're going to regain a sense of balance. But I also see this energy that there's been extra work for a lot of people, and I feel things will start to plateau as we close out the year, especially end of November energy is what I'm being given for you all. But also, I'm really excited about the Six of Cups because it will go into the upright, which means there's some sort of opportunity being offered to you. The universe steps in to offer you something. Now, I'm also seeing for some of you a message being put on your desk. So if you work for a company, obviously you may have a desk and there's a message, something you're going to celebrate. Could be some good news that comes your way, something that you've been waiting for, because the Temperance card is like patience. You've been patiently waiting for something, and it may have taken a long time, and you may have been a bit frustrated about it, but you have been patient all the same. So some good news coming your way. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be something that's delivered to you or your office in some way. But I feel, yeah, something rewarding is heading in your direction. But also the Six of Cups, I'm getting a very strong energy here that something some of you did in the past is now going to have its heyday, if that makes sense. So if you started a project like months ago or years ago and you've been working hard on it and you feel like it's not making any headway, or it's just the same old thing, just a different day, because I am being given this energy of repetition is necessary in order to help you get to the next level. Okay, because it means you're a pro at what you do. And I feel this has its heyday. It starts to come to fruition. It starts to really flourish. So there's something to celebrate in and around this. Also, I feel on a personal level, a lot of you reshuffling money, you know, paying off debts this month, being able to save a little bit more money this month as well. But with the Wheel of Fortune present, I feel a lot of you, your money energy is like you realize it's easy come, easy go. But I see a lot of you saving for something that you wanted to treat yourself, you know, for. So I feel you may make a very nice purchase on something that you wanted to treat yourself and also treat a loved one, because I feel some of you may be buying a gift for someone, or I feel like you're going to be able to do that, okay? But remember, the person that you're buying the gift for, they love you and they'd rather have you and your presence in their life rather than an expensive gift, so you don't have to like splash out too much on that person. Also, I feel like the gift that you're about to buy them, I see that you will get a better deal on it, okay, if you shop around. Same thing, there's nothing different about it, but I feel like you'll find it elsewhere for a lesser price. Now, you have so many cups in your reading for the next 6 weeks, which means you're following your heart, your visions are starting to take shape, your manifestations are becoming a reality, and it's all coming together. As you can see there, we've got building atoms. So this is about, compartmentalized pieces of your plan starting to take shape. And when you get this card, it's number 40. When you reduce it, of course, it's 4. That's about solid foundations. It's about teamwork. If you work with a company, or if you work with like your family, for example, it's like everyone pooling things together in order to get something done. For a lot of you, it's like you're an integral member of a team. For some of you, you may have described yourself as a cog in the wheel. However, you're a very important cog in that wheel. I want you to be aware of that. Probably being given that energy because of the Wheel of Fortune there. But this card, building. So I feel like you are going to the next stage. You're leveling up in some way, and you're on that trajectory. You've worked hard to get to where you want to go there. And this card also indicates that, not only is everything coming together nicely, but everything is connected. So I feel there's an energy of someone you used to know, or someone you do know. It's like, it's someone you know, right? Let me put it this way. It's someone you know, however, you may not keep in contact with this person all the time. There's someone that you're aware of. This person, they know someone in your industry, and they're going to have a conversation without you even being there. Right? And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I know Libra. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, they're really great at what they do, really ambitious, they got the talent, they're so awesome. And after that conversation, whoever this person is that they're talking to, they're very influential in your industry, whether it's in your company or in your industry. I feel there's an energy swirling around you right now that someone is going to come to you and say, oh my gosh, I met a friend of yours. And you're going to be like, what? And they're like, yeah, they spoke really highly of you. And it actually helps open a door, only because they're drawing attention to you. Your actual talent is the thing that gets you in the door. I want you to be aware of that. But I feel there is a portal of change opening up in your career, and it's like opportunity knocks. I really get a sense here that there is a fortuitous event or an experience which is destined to happen to help you on your path. But you worked really hard for this. This feels like a reward. It's like the extra cherry on the top, if you know what I mean. Now, what else am I getting from this card? I'm getting an energy of things being very electric, like things are vibing at a different frequency. You're even going to feel that things are just hitting different over the next 6 weeks. Things are coming together for you. Things feel a bit easier for you. I feel like you're definitely organized, and a lot of you may be trying really hard to tie up loose ends to go on a vacation or some sort of quick trip. So I do see here that if you are training someone to do what you do while you're away, you're actually going to really enjoy the fact that when you come back, they did exactly what they needed to do, okay? So you can be safe in the knowledge that it was in safe hands. But also it's testament to the fact that you trained them really well to do whatever it is that you do, okay? Now the Lover's card, this is why I'm so excited to see so many manifestation energies connected to your earthly working hard energies, because the Lover's card is the magnet. It is you vibing at a frequency to attract something that your heart desires. You worked really hard for this. So at grassroots, the Lover's card is, you connecting to something that you've yearned to connect to for quite a while. Dream job opportunity. Also, for some of you, you may be contemplating a business partnership. I feel everything will fall into alignment. If, for example, you're someone who works in a publishing industry, it could be that you find the perfect writer and you want to publish their book, and both of you thrive because of it. For some of you, it could be that you're an artist and, a person who owns a gallery wants to exhibit your work. There's a partnership there. For some of you, it could be a performer and you have a manager and they get you the best job and it opens you up to a world of possibility and fame. For some of you, this could be a partnership with you and a boss where they open doors for you in order to get a new promotion. And if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a client that you're really going to work really well with, or a lucrative deal that comes in, because I see it like a sealing the deal kind of energy coming in, like a letter, an official letter or an official news that comes your way. And it feels very exciting, whatever it is. Now, of course, the Lover's card is also called the choice, okay? And I feel you're going to be looking at your options at the end of the month because something is being offered to you where you have to make a decision. And I feel, of course, you're going to follow your heart. I see you celebrating some sort of win here with that Knight of Cups. You know, normally the Knight of Cups, a cup is being offered. So this is, you know, the dream becoming the reality. I feel, of course, money is important. I mean, you don't have any pentacles here, so I will pull a card on it. It doesn't mean you can't apply these cards to a financial situation. It can basically mean that, of course, you need money in order to pay the bills, but ultimately when it comes to your career, it's about feeling fulfilled, like you have a cause, you're making a mark and making a difference in the industry that you work in. And I see that you put your whole heart and soul into everything that you do, and people notice that as well about you, okay? I also see that you want to educate yourself in financial matters so that you can, you know, utilize your acquisitions or your resources and increase the money there as well. So you may find someone who gives really good advice on that. You may be looking at company structures if you're launching a new business, for example, or even business structures that people have done and are advertising right now and are wanting to help you build towards. I would always say get good financial advice if you're taking up anything like that, because you know you don't want to be sorry later on. And of course we got the Wheel of Fortune there, so nice surprise. I would say around about third week in November for you, because they're tipping it over the midway point. My guides, I mean, they're showing me like a calendar, and they're showing me that like third week in November is very important for you for some sort of surprise. Now this is a win, whatever it is, so it could be like a recognition for your hard work, could be bonus time or some sort of meeting where you are being sort of tapped for some sort of role or partnership that would be perfect. You may have to make a decision about it, sign a contract on it. I see that there's a lot of paperwork here. I also see that you're going to be in the throes of administrative tasks and being very organized. It's almost like business as usual, but at a faster pace, with some nice surprises along the way. Now, of course, the Wheel of Fortune, it can also indicate that there is change in your industry, but it's positive change, and it may surprise you. I do see that there's been a lot of chaotic energy around the industry that you work in. However, there is some good news around it too, so it's not all doom and gloom. I want you to be aware of that. But when you start with the Spaceman card, in this deck, it literally means to take a calculated risk, and the Wheel of Fortune is also a card that indicates that you are destined to take a leap of faith or, you know, take a gamble. There's a lucky break here. So I definitely see some of you could be launching something or doing something, diversifying or doing something bold and daring above the usual, because I see you going above and beyond here, and it turns out perfectly for you, and I feel it pays off, okay? Also, a lot of you are focusing on your direction at this moment in time, and I see that you're completely on the right path. You're going to feel really fulfilled. Some of you may be leaving a position, though, in order to endeavor elsewhere. Now, let me just pull a quick card. Can you show me finances for my beautiful Librans? I'm seeing an energy of you keeping a tight rein on your finances, being able to attract more. You've got a Nine of Cups. So again, it's this energy of getting a wish or some sort of fortuitous outcome there, feeling fulfilled, job well done. I mean, Nine of Wands is a card of like not giving up on something. It's a card of being under pressure, okay? But the Eight of Wands, I would say you're doing something that is repetitive or feels like, you know, it's hard won, but the Eight of Wands is like progress. It means really fast results. It feels a little bit like news, creating some sort of reaction where you have to make a decision. And I feel like, you know, it's a really positive energy. It feels like you're on target, okay? I would also say some of you, if you're looking for a new role, there may even be a friend who tells you about a new role coming up there, and it's a perfect partnership. That's what's coming out there too. I would also say, you know, really think about the amount of money that you want for the role that you do. Valuing yourself, very important. You may have an opportunity to negotiate a better deal, maybe have like a conversation with your boss if you're in a company and say, hey, is there any more resources? Am I able to flourish and move up in the company in some way? Because looking at the spaceman energy and the building, I would say you're on a trajectory where you're building towards a secure future, and there is elevation here. If you're an entrepreneur, this could be taking things to the next level and building your empire in some way, because it feels like a lot of your cards have duality. You've got the Chariot card, which are, you know, two different streams of energy. You've got the Temperance card, which is about blending skills. So it's a card of duality there. And you've got the Lovers card, Gemini card, which is all about duality, choice. So I feel a lot of you are thinking of second streams of income or pooling your resources to do more than one thing, but do not spread yourself too thin because you will burn yourself out. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards before, whoa. I'm actually seeing a pinball machine right now as well. I hope that's not how you're feeling, my beautiful Librans. You know, pushed and pulled in many different directions, but I see you hitting the jackpot energy, okay? So it's like whatever it is you're racing around to accomplish, you'll hit your target, but I feel there is some sort of reward. I don't think there's... Well, maybe there is. I mean, if you're the sort of person who is in a role that is commission-based, could be that you hit a target and it is financially rewarding. Jackpot energy is what I see, but it could be like a point system. Okay, because I'm being given this energy of point system. Okay, crystal clear. Oh, my guides want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so we have... breakthrough. Okay, so I definitely see that, you know, there is good fortune on the other side of this hard work. It's not for nothing is what I see there. Maybe some of you are trying to find a solution to something and you will have that breakthrough, but I feel like you're just unlocking the next stage of your career. I mean, with the Ten of Swords, this can indicate new beginnings because something has ended, whether that's a project or a client has left, and it opens up your time to focus on new people or maybe promoting your work to get new people come towards you. I mean, the egg tends to represent hatching plans or something new starting to hatch there for you. It says here, a significant breakthrough is near. Whatever you're going through, it's preparing you for this big break. So again, I'm getting this energy of you maintaining a position, repetition, enduring something, because it is actually opening doors for you. And we've also got one last move. So this could be you moving to something new, okay? A lot of that came out in this energy. There is progress, there is movement, and a lot of your cards are pointing to that. It says here, you have come far on your journey. Keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Last step, almost there, close. And at the bottom of this card, it also says discovery, progress, and big boost. Yeah, I mean, if you think about spaceman, it's got to have that big boost to get out there into space, right? So this is about all that energy to take things to the next level, okay? So we also have crystal clear. So this is about making a decision, being decisive. And it says here, it's time to see your life and its limitless potential without seeing through rose-tinted glasses. Clarity, certainty, and truth. I mean, if there ever was a card that really resonated with this card, the South adventure. I mean, some of you may literally be leaving a role to go to a new role that's down south, perhaps, of where you're currently working. But this is more about, you know, limitless potential. And I see that with this card. I realize that it's not even the sky's the limit. This is like the galaxy. This is like space. Limitless potential right now. And you are moving on up. And finally, we have ascension. Okay, portal of change, portal of opportunity, moving on a trajectory where the staircase is laden with light for you to move up to the next stage. And it says there, you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. Something about vibrations, the atoms like vibing, everything coming together to create something solid. If you think about every solid thing, science tells us that all these solid things that we have are made up of different atoms, and you got the atom card there. So something that is separate, compartmentalized parts, as it were, is all coming together to create something whole and solid, like you're building your empire. And it says, time to soar to new heights, thriving, increase, and taking off. Okay, so launching something taking off. I definitely see that there is some good movement happening in your career. Don't get me wrong, I feel like you definitely worked really hard for it. I feel it has been a struggle, and at times you felt broken. Okay, sometimes you may have felt that things are not going to work. But when you get to the Ten of Swords, just when you're about to think about walking away from something or giving up on something because it's so hard, that's when you have your breakthrough. Many years ago, there was something that I was doing, and I felt sometimes I was at rock bottom. I was like, I'm not making any headway. I'm putting all this effort and hard work into something, and it's just not bearing any resemblance to what I was hoping to achieve. And I got really down one time, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should just give up. Maybe this is a sign from the universe, just give up. And then suddenly, as soon as I said that, the universe showed me more signs to stay in what I was doing, and actually sent me a major breakthrough when I was like, oh, well, there you go. It's almost like I was tested. And I got to a point where I tried everything. And then the universe sent me a resource that was like, you haven't tried everything though, and gave me one more idea that I was like, what? And then it changed everything. So I feel some of you could have got to that point in your career. I'm loving this. We have the turtle, okay? So that means things have been slow moving. There is going to be a faster pace for you though. And the turtle has their little shell on their back. So I do feel like you're protected in all your endeavors. I mean, there is a little umbrella there in that spaceman suit that represents protection. Umbrellas tend to represent that. You've got the tree of life. Now this can indicate new knowledge coming your way, or a new way of thinking that helps you branch out, diversify, that creates stability. Everything comes together. And of course, this is about wealth. Trees represent wealth there. And finally, the thing I'm loving, I was saying there was no coins in your reading, but there's a coin right there. So you have a pentacle, a coin that's just come through, which indicates more wealth, but it's something you worked really hard to accomplish. I would say a lot of you are on a trajectory to get a bonus, a raise, or an incentive. There's some sort of new money here, and some of you, something from your past, whether it's a residual or something that perhaps you've had just in the back burner, like ticking over. Could be even passive income. Could be that you're going to see money coming through from that. And maybe you've been trying to get to a position where you have passive income, and now this is the breakthrough where you're able to launch something like that. So please take it as it resonates, my beautiful Librans. If it does resonate in any shape or form, because it was quite precise, may not resonate with everyone, but I tried to open myself to all the energies there. And I have to honor each card as it comes out. But if it did resonate, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.